we need to know that a set of sample means are more closely distributed, meaning they will have a smaller range, smaller standard deviation than individual values from the same population. Okay, and I've got an example here to illustrate this. So let's consider heights of people in a school, and we've taken some samples, and sample A has these three heights, and sample B has these. I'm going to make a new sample as well a little bit later, but first let's find the mean for each of these. So the mean for the first one would be to do 174, add 178, add 179, divide that by 3, you will get 177. And the mean for sample B would be 175, add 176, add 177, divide that by 3, and you will get 176. Okay? Now, notice that just for these two samples, notice how these means are much closer than the most extreme values that we have here. So, notice that the range here is just 1. But the range, if I look at all the people in the two samples, it goes from 179 all the way down to 174, okay? Because that's the smallest value of the 6, and this is the highest value of the 6, okay? So that's a range of 5, okay? Now, suppose I had another sample, so you might be wondering, okay, so these are quite closely distributed. Let's take some extreme examples now. So let's say we take another sample, and this one we're being very selective, so we're going to choose someone that's 160 centimeters, and we're also going to choose someone that's 180 centimeters. Okay? And now, if I find the mean of that, well, clearly it's going to be 170, so that's going to be 160, add 180, divide that by 2, that's going to be 170. But again, look at how these sample means are much, much more closer than the extreme values I have here. So here, my range now is 160 to 180, which is 20. But my range here is 7. It goes from 170 to 177. So notice how the sample means are much closer together than the individual values in the population. Okay, we haven't even got the whole population here. We might even have people shorter than 160 and people taller than 180 as well. Okay, so notice that the sample means are much closer together than the individual values from the population. So here's your task. You need to write down clearly what was stated in the video, and you need to also use an example to help you explain it, similar to what I did.